What is going on, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are taking a look at some Gunmaster gameplay. So the other day I talked a little bit about Gunmaster. I've had some more time to put in on the game, and I've got a couple of ideas that I like to throw out there to you. I'd also like to get your ideas as to what you like about it, what you would like to see changed. There's a couple of things that I just don't like about it that I think if we're tweaked or if we had the opportunity to adjust the settings ourselves would make it a lot more fun and entertaining. So first off, before we get into that, I do want to mention that double XP is happening right now. It was supposed to start on Saturday, but they are starting it a day early. So as soon as you get done viewing this video, then you can go check that out, start getting double XP, rank up a little bit faster. So what can happen to Gunmaster? Well, one, okay, you start off with pistols and you work your way all the way up, and then it gets gradually easier for you. You get submachine guns and you go shotguns, and then eventually it gets a little bit more difficult again at the end because it goes into snipers. And at the final kill, if you make it that far, the final kill is supposed to be a knife. So I like that ending because that is very hard to get, especially when everybody else has guns and you can only really knife people. So I kind of like the way it ends, but I don't like the way it starts. And the way it starts is if I, like, for instance, this game actually, I sat on the menu for a little bit and I was a little bit slow getting into the game. And by the time I got into the game, there was already several players who had guns well above the first level, so they got an early start. And so if you join a game a little bit late, you are at a huge disadvantage because people have more powerful guns and you're running around with a pistol. I actually think that it should start and become harder as from the very beginning. So like as soon as you start in, give us a rocket launcher, you know, or something easy. So somebody who joins in late in the game, they can still participate, still rank up kills, because when you get down to the end where a lot of people are like near the same level, that's where it gets really intense and the fun factor really shines in Gunmaster. So I would like to be able to start with rocket launchers, then submachine guns, you know, and then that way players at the bottom of the pole have an easier time of working their way up to the top. And then once you're at the top, you know, you're having to fight off people with submachine guns and stuff with a pistol and then eventually a knife or whatever. So that's just an idea, you know, you may not agree with that, but let me know in the comment section whether or not you would like to see that. And then, of course, the other big thing that I think is almost a must for this game type is you have to get rid of the teams. The teams are just in your way, as I mentioned the other day. You're fighting your teammates for kills, and it's like against everything that, you know, Battlefield usually stands for, which I don't really care. They want to implement some new game modes and stuff. That's cool. It doesn't hurt me whatsoever, and I like it. I like trying new stuff, and I like that they're evolving. But you know, there's no reason for us to be on a team when you're just getting in my way, stealing my kills. And on top of that, we are having a hard time just trying to find enemies a lot of times. When I was playing this morning, almost everybody who had a mic was complaining that they were running around the map and they couldn't find anyone. And I think if you bumped up the player count to 24, that would definitely take care of that problem, because I believe these maps are definitely big enough. Somebody might have said something, I don't even know. I'm not even going to bring it up because I don't know whether it was true or not. But anyway, I think the player count should definitely be bumped up from 16 because, like I mentioned in another past video, it creates a couple of problems because, one, if you own a server, you can't bring in a new map like Caspian Border in the rotation and then also enjoy the new expansion packs maps like Close Quarters if you want to kind of mix it in, because at that point you're limited to 16 players on every single map, and so it shouldn't be like that. I would rather them be 24 and then you could play everything. I get why they limit it, because it doesn't make sense if they made it where the rotation could also implement bigger maps. Then you would have a situation where it could be 24 players in a Caspian Border map, and then when it rotates to a Close Quarter map, then it has to kick out so many people. But I've heard a lot of people say and agree that these maps are plenty big for 24 players. So I would like to see DICE, one, increase the player count, 2, get rid of teams, and 3, kind of mix up the rotation, or, if you're not going to completely reset the way the guns work, I don't expect to get the guns totally reset, but at least it could be random. Like one time maybe it does start you off with pistols and you work your way up the ladder, but then another time maybe it rotates and changes and starts out with some of the bigger guns in the beginning, gives people who come in late a little bit easier time, or people who are having a harder, more difficult time still get to enjoy the guns and be a part of, everybody else getting to interact, and instead of just sitting behind still saying, everybody else has a machine gun and I'm still running around with a pistol. So I think implementing a couple of those changes right there would actually really beef up Gunmaster. Post your thoughts and opinions below. Let me know what you think. If you agree with me, like this video, share it, send it to the community manager, Battlefield, whatever you want to. Maybe we can at least get some options in here. And I hate being those players who demand that things be changed, and I'm not doing that, but it is just a friendly little suggestion that I think would really turn around Gunmaster and make it a more enjoyable game mode for everybody on close quarters. But overall, pretty happy with close quarters, I must say. I'll give a pretty full opinion and rundown of everything a little bit later, but I do want to end by saying thank you 40,000 times. I just reached 40,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I'm really pumped about that. I've been putting out videos now for a few years, and I appreciate everyone who's taken the time to subscribe and watch my videos and comment on stuff and like it. It means a huge deal to me, and it feels good when you put the work in, and people get to enjoy it, and hopefully you guys do. And I plan on bringing you more solid quality content for a long time to come. So if you haven't subscribed, maybe you should be on the list. Check it out. Thanks for watching. I am the Red Dragon, and I will see you next time.